As a mediator belonging to no faction, I, Sarah, implore you to find the traitor. And remember, every mage in the tower is a suspect. Those were the final words Will heard before the meeting came to an end. The newly chosen mages then departed for their respective factions. As they walked, Julius couldn't help but complain. This isn't the kind of assignment I expected when we joined a faction. Colette nodded in agreement. I'm still in shock that there's a traitor inside the tower. Wignall struggled to accept the idea. I cannot bring myself to suspect my comrades. Elves are far too dignified to commit such a crime. Cyan, however, remained practical. It doesn't matter what we think unless you want to be the only one who ignores the order. Meanwhile, Will noticed that Lihana still seems troubled. Start talking. What's wrong? Lihana sighed. Investigate the Thunder faction. They want me to probe my own people. Then she smirked slightly. Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Her response only made Will even more anxious. Colette eventually summarized the situation. So they want us to play spies and root out the traitor. It pains me to pry into my faction's affairs, but we're the only ones they can trust. It's time for spying. Julius immediately objected. Since when did you become the leader? Will laughed awkwardly before agreeing. You're right, Colette. Let's do our best. However, when Colette finally arrived at her faction headquarters, she was greeted by a sight she never expected. The entire Earth faction erupted into cheers. The bewildered Colette stood frozen as the members surrounded her, as if she were royalty. At long last, our prayers have been answered. The Colette Loire, the rightful heir of the Loire family, is finally one of us. The celebration only grew louder. Fulin proudly explained, Earth magic is scarce within the tower, and as you can see from all these old men, we're lacking a feminine touch. Hammond laughed. For 20 years we've been rolling downhill, but not anymore. Now that we have a young lady among our ranks, Vorgan stepped forward with a grin. Better yet, this lass carries the bloodline that once produced a Magia Vonder. The entire faction erupted once more. Our time is now. Rose's grandfather thanked her, but she replied she made the decision to enter the tower for herself. Colette still confused. What is going on here? Rose replied, they expect great things from you as they shout again. Our time is now. As Colette stood there completely overwhelmed, she realized that investigating her faction might be far more difficult than she originally thought.